Now let us go over the diagram of the annual worth method. So for the annual worth method, take note that all throughout the year you need to consider here the benchmark. So it is best understood if we write it in this form. So a diagram is best presented to explain our topic. So 0 means that this is the start of the year or the beginning of the period. Then take note that 1 represents 1 year or annually. So because we have successive years and the projected economic life of our building is projected till 20 years. So meaning it is best expressed that we write it in figures and numbers, so it becomes very visual and it is easier to assess and understand the flow of our study. So let me write and complete the diagram. So take note, 20 years is the projection of our economic life or the feasibility using the annual worth method. So all arrows that points upward, meaning this is the source of your income annually. So that is why here you could see that all the arrow is actually pointing upward, which indicates that this is the inflow or the income of your apartment. So take note, we have a 25 units apartment. So what are the income here in terms of the rental income? So the rental income, we have 1,620,000. Then another source of income is the income on land or lot. So it is actually being rented by your client, so which is actually equivalent to 80,347.96. So all in all, you need to add this, which is actually the total annual revenue, which amounted to a sum of 3,320,347.96 pesos. So this is the total annual revenue. So meaning from the beginning, 1 year, up to 20 years, this is now what we call annuity. So it amounts to 3,320,347.96 pesos. So this is the cash inflow. So all arrows are actually pointed upward. While for the total cash outflow, so similar to our diagram in the inflow, but instead it is already the reverse. So take note that our benchmark here, the beginning is actually expressed in 0 or the beginning of the period, and 1 represents 1 year. Then I will complete here the period or the time. So everything is divisible by 1. From 1 up to 20 years period. So take note that because this is cost, all arrows are actually pointing downward. So from the beginning of the period or 1 year up to it reaches the 20th year. So all arrows are actually pointing downward. Now let us go over the different cash outflow. So we have annual depreciation, which is actually presented in small letter D. It is minus 26,782 pesos, 0.65. This is your annual depreciation. So take note, we were actually using the sinking fund formula. Then second is we need to consider here the upkeep or the maintenance, which is actually equivalent to 1,250,000 pesos. This is known as your operations and maintenance cost. And for the property taxes or tax, we have 120,000 pesos. And for the insurance, both earthquake and fire, the annual insurance is 35,000 pesos. And then take note for the salaries, both for the employee and the owner, we have 385,000 pesos. Now we need to sum up how much is the total cash outflow. So therefore, if you're going to sum up all of these, we have 4,216,782.65 pesos. So this is already all throughout the year. So meaning all these arrows, we are actually presenting already the total amount of the total cost of the incurred in operating the business. Now, what you're going to do here is already to sum up and equate the total annual cost of the building. So here, what we're going to do is just take here the number. So take note that the arrow that points upward is actually an income, and then all arrows that points downward are now what we call cost. So therefore, if we're going to compute the and weigh the and get the total net annual profit of the income less the cost. So take note that the revenue here is 3,320,347.96 pesos. Then you need to subtract here the total annual cost, which is 4,216,782.65 pesos. So therefore, the total net annual profit is equivalent to negative 896,434 pesos point 69 pesos. So it means that investment is not actually gaining success in the investment. So we need to reconsider here, are we able to increase the income against the cost. So probably one requirement here is under utilities, we must maximize daylight lighting. In that way we can cut costs, the expenses. And second, we can accept other services aside from the rental income. Now let us already proceed to the next topic.